A third form of the if statement is the if-else-if, and we use the if-else-if when we have a long series of decisions to make that are all related to each other. And I'm going to demonstrate that by writing a short program that assigns a letter grade to a numeric score based on the standard 90, 80, 70, 60 scale. And through that you can see exactly how the if-else-if is supposed to work. So we're going to begin by creating a variable to store a numeric grade. We're going to prompt the user to enter that grade. Then get it in from the user. And then we'll create a variable to store this letter grade as a string. And now we'll begin the series of if-else-if statements. So, first thing we're going to say is if numeric is greater than 89. Hang on, let me get out of that. There we go. Then we'll assign A to letter. That's the first choice. Then we say else if otherwise, if numeric is greater than 79, then we're going to assign B to letter. Then we can continue the chain. Else if numeric is greater than 69, letter is assigned the grade C. Else if numeric greater than 59, letter is assigned D. Keep continuing. Now here's where we can kind of make it a little decision here. We could write else if numeric greater than or equal to 0, since theoretically you can't score below 0. Then we could assign the letter grade F, but really we don't even need to make a decision here, because any grade lower than 60 is an F. So what we want to do instead is we want to just go ahead and have an else at the end, which is always a possibility, and assign F to the letter variable at that point. So this is a very classic example of a if-else-if statement. The reason we use if-else-if is that once we've made a decision, once we've reached a true relational expression, then the other expressions in the chain are ignored. So in other words, if numeric is indeed greater than 89 and A is assigned to letter, then we skip down to the last statement after the if-else-if. And we can complete the program. So let's look at a couple of examples. Whoops. Oh, yes, that's right. Sorry, I called it letter, not grade. So let's do a 77, and that letter grade is a C. Let's run it again. Whoops. Let's write a 92. That's an A. That's where you can see it better. Let's do 83, and that's a B. Let's do a low grade. Let's do a 23, and that's an F. So again, you could have written this as a series of 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 if statements independently. But if that was the case, then each individual if statement would have been executed. When you write a long chain of decisions as an if-else-if, then once a true relational expression has been evaluated and the block has been executed, then control goes to the first statement outside the if-else-if, which makes it a much more efficient means of performing a string of related tests. So use if-else-if in a situation like this where you have a string of related tests where once a true relational expression is found and the block is executed, you want to break out and go to the end of the if-else-if statement and continue with the rest of the program.